Unang bugso po ng buwan ng Mayo. There's a new chapter, there's a new sense of hope, and there's a new chance to be able to learn again. Ang parokya po natin gives you these 7 episodes ayon na rin sa ating pagtatalaga at pagtatangkilik sa ating debosyon kay San Jose, which we celebrate this year, the year of Saint Joseph, the patron of the Universal Church. We give to you our first speaker, Dr. Edwin P. Villanueva. He is highly educated, genuinely opinionated, and of course, solidly Catholic. But best of all, he is also a very good father to 3 of his children and his family, to his wife, Dr. Maricel Villanueva, Piedad Villanueva. Kanya po, makinig po tayo sa kanyang pagbabahagi. We will learn from him and we hopefully will carry it through in our hearts so that we may be able to truly show our devotion to God through Saint Joseph, the patron of our Universal Church.
Well, it is but true that you want to learn from your own mistakes. But I tell them, it is better to learn from others' mistakes. Kasi that is yung, kumbaga, for you not to experience those mistakes anymore. Knowing, of course, St. Joseph being the father of Jesus, you could easily inject and then appreciate things as it goes along, as you read it. Medyo mahaba, but then still, it is something meaningful really. If you digest it word by word and then put it into your own life and reflect upon it, truly enough, you will learn a lot of things from there. Because it do applies in every individual, to all fathers and fathers to be. First of all, I would be honored and privileged you having me here to share something about myself and my life and my family. And as an introduction, I have a very beautiful and kumbaga, the best wife, Dr. Maricel Villanueva. And I have 3 children. Yung una is si Matthew, who is now in medical school, 4th year medical school. And then Celine, who is now in 2nd year medical school at the Ateneo. And my youngest is Marian, who is now 1st year in college, taking up health science and to be going to medical school as well. Fortunately enough, they went into that route. But initially, yung panganay ko noon wouldn't like to go into medicine. Initially, when he was young. Because at that time, me being a surgeon, I have to go out of the house servicing patients on an emergency basis. Kaya minsan gabi, naglalaro kami and then I'll be cold. So alisan naman ako. So, I think he saw my kind of life na medyo parang ayaw niya kasi nawawala yung kalaro niya, no? And so, therefore, later on, kasi I asked him whether he would like to become a doctor at that young age. And he said no. So, sabi ko, medyo tanggalin ko yung emergency cases. Yung, kumbaga, so that he'll be assured that I'll be there as always. So, as years go by, medyo nakita niya na medyo wala na nga emergencies, hindi ako yung hectic type. So, ngayon nakikita niya, tapos nakita niya yung rewards of what I do. The rewards of my profession is now being seen by him on a different perspective, not only about the material things, but basically on how you get respected, how you service people through your profession. So, with this kind of perspective now, he would like to follow now my footsteps. So, sabi ko nga, ganyan, sometimes you just do not force children na ito yung kunin mo, let them be the one to decide eventually on what they want to happen. But I think, probably because my wife, who is also a doctor, nakita nila how we do our profession. And I think they appreciate it and they want to do the same probably. I guess it will start first with setting examples to them. Because basically that is where it all starts. They are kids, they have this small knowledge about life, and therefore they will see life within the parents. So it would be like a mimicry. They would follow what you do. So the first thing that is very important is to set examples. So even though I would admit I'm not a saint nor a perfect guy, but because of this responsibility that I have to inculcate on my kids, definitely I have to do things in the proper manner that I want them to become as a good Christian, as a moral person. So I have to do my part in doing so. Kasi nga, pagka sinabi, I'll just give an example, Father. No? Yung kunyari, pag narinig ng mga bata at humarap ka sa mga kasama sa bahay at nagmumura ka, nagsabi ka ng at narinig ng mga anak mo yan, asahan mo yung mga anak mo gagayahin yan. Kapag ikaw ay marunong makitungo sa tao at nakita nila kung paano ka makitungo sa tao, yun din ang gagawin nila. Kaya nga importante ang pagbibigay halimbawa nang sa ganun yung mga anak mo, gagayahin ka. Kasi yun ang unang nilang pag-aaral sa buhay. Gumaya. So, kapag ka maganda ang ipinakita mo, asahan mo, yun din ang ikakalabasan ng pag-uugali ng anak mo. So, yan ang sinasabi ko palagi. Maski ako, inamin ko na mayroon ako mga pagkukulang, pipilitin ko na ipapakita sa mga anak ko kung ano yung dapat at ano yung nararapat. Ngayon, anong pinaka-importanting ituturo bandang huli? As I've been teaching people, no, whenever I encounter people, I put importance in morality, determining what is good and bad, wherein that is the foundation supposed to be of every people, no? That you should know what is right and wrong. And of course, with that, you have to do something which is right. Never do anything which is wrong. So morality is the basis. But then, definitely, it will boil down. What is the good, para bang sasabihin natin, example of what am I espousing about morality? It's the Christian life. If you follow what Christ have done, that is the Christian life that we are talking about. Morality, goodness follows. Yan ang parang pinakagagawin mong buhay. Batayan ng pamumuhay. Yun din ang dapat maituro sa anak. Hindi lang yung dapat maging matalino sa pag-aaral o kaya yung paano kumita. Hindi. Hindi nang importante. Uunahin dapat ang pag-uugali na naaayon dun sa pananaw ng ating Diyos, no? Na yung Christian life natin. Yan ang, kasi sabi nga natin, faith is it's the life. It's our life, basically. Faith is our life. That is where everything would continue and follow. So, sa mga anak ko, first and foremost, sabi nga yan, if you see a person, you always think that person's character is brought about by the upbringing. When you speak of upbringing, it came from the parents. Pag maganda yung nakikita mo sa mga bata, it is a reflection of what they have undergone through their parents. And so therefore, if you want them to be a good person yourself first, because that is your responsibility. And the only person who could dictate upon them to be a good person is a good person as well. Life that has been experienced already, and sharing it with them, learning from that experience, is something again for them to anticipate later on once it applies to them. So, siguro, yun ang importante, Father. Minsan, we share. Well, it is but true that you want to learn from your own mistakes. But I tell them, it is better to learn from others' mistakes. Kasi that is yung, kumbaga, for you not to experience those mistakes anymore. They have to find things beyond on what they see. Ano yun? Katulad niya sa pag-aaral. Kung lahat ng mga estudyante, pag-aaral yan kasi gusto nila mataas ang grades, no? Sabi ko, hindi. Ang importante, mag-aral ka kasi masaya kang gusto mong matuto. lahat yan darating na lang. Grades is, yes, it is a measure of intelligence, but its application is a different matter. Alam, father, kasi the role of a father is definitely to guide and hone the things for your children to make things better for their life. And once you see things going through that direction, you feel the happiness because you know very well, you know the usual things that comes into the mind of a parent. What if I'm gone? What happens to them? And you have done things already. You pattern things towards their betterment. Then you would say, I'm fulfilled.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Edwin Pimentel Villanueva, for your very inspiring life experiences that you have shared. Umpisa pa lamang po yun, mga kapatid, my dear brothers and sisters. Meron pa po tayong 6 na sunod-sunod na episodes for us to be able to learn about Saint Joseph and how it is to be a good father like Saint Joseph himself. Ang susunod po ay ang ating pakaabangan na isang inhinyero. Tanyag po siya sa ating national government. At siya'y doktor, siya'y inhinyero dahil napakadalubhasa niya bilang isang tao at mag-aaral. At isang ama din sa 2 babae niyang anak at asawa siya sa isang taga Batanes. Pakaabangan po natin ito habang lumalalim at lumalalim pa ang ating kamalayan pagmamahal sa ating inang simbahan sa Diyos sa pamamagitan ni San Jose, ang ating pinakamamahal na universal patron of the Holy Mother, the Church.